you want to go on a date every day until you find a wife, you could do it. You could go on 100 dates in 100 days.
Right. You mentioned, a girl cares about the size of your wallet, and we said there are gold diggers here, definitely, just looking for a guy only for money. But you also, when you talked about living here in Thailand, you disclosed that you're on a budget, and you pretty much keep to it, of $1,000 US a month, which is 34,000 baht now. Used to be 30,000 baht a couple years ago when the exchange rate was different. So you're not necessarily a deep pockets guy. Like, a girl looking for money wouldn't really look at you as a major score, because you're not going to send 30,000 baht to her or her family. That's your whole fucking budget that you live on.
I don't want to go
for
on
a month.
I don't want to go on 100 dates. I just want to go on like 5 or 10 good dates.
Right.
I screen them when I talk to them. The big thing is a lot of these girls, they say they're 28, but on their profile, but they're like 29. They could be 39, 38. You really need to give them a call, before you agree to meet them at a coffee shop or wherever you're going to meet them, and find out, what they look like in person. Because these girls are they all have PhDs and using filters and on their phones, and we didn't grow up with phones when we were there. They're their age, so a lot of these girls are. If they have kids. I mean, I don't want to date a girl with kids. To each their own. Whatever you want, it's here in Thailand. It is the polar opposite of the other side of the globe, like America. I can't explain it. This is right here. This is Matthew McConaughey. When he walks into a bar, it's Matthew McConaughey. It's like the girls are like, oh my god, that is Matthew McConaughey. A lot of Thai women assume that every Farang has money. There's the way an American who's married to a Thai lady described it to me as they all think we're like a doctor or a lawyer. You were talking about professional women before, and they all think we're professional men. If you're an American and you're living in Thailand, they just assume you're rich, and they being the majority of women. Once again, not every woman, but a lot of them just assume that you've got money, that you're financially stable, which is what they're looking for. These girls have been, mistreated by so many foreigners their whole life. They're really suspect of us from the get-go. A lot of foreign men, a lot of white men have a bad reputation with a lot of these females, especially the guys that come here for 3 weeks. They come here on a sex tourism 3-week vacation, and it's sad. It's all the girls are vigilant about us, about who we are, and if we're nice people or not. So we get a bad rap from the get-go. One day a veterinarian can call you up, let's go to a movie. The next day, there's a girl from that's a nurse or an accountant, just normal people wanting to meet other normal people. Well, me being normal, that might be a reach.
Yeah, I was going to say that is a stretch.
If you want to go on a date every day until you find a wife, you could do it. You could go on 100 dates in 100 days. Right. One of the guys told me, he goes, Shawn, there's no reason to have a girlfriend. You've been here 2-3 weeks. Why do you have a girlfriend? And I'd rather be with one girl and kind of chill when I first got here and try to figure out the culture, figure out, it's a new country for me, and I don't get into the working girl whatsoever. But he's like, Shawn, it's like bringing a sandwich to a buffet. Well,
Timmy, that was Timmy, right?
Why would you bring a sandwich to a buffet? And I'm like, well, I'm 47. I'm looking for a good girl, a good wife. And then, after a year, it didn't work out. I was loyal to her. I lived with her for 11 months of it, but it didn't work out. And I said to myself, I'm not really gonna
do that again, have a girl live with me, I'm gonna date a bunch of girls, and maybe, you know, for maybe have like a 4 or 5 starting rotation, and just, you know, one has a day off on Monday, the other girl works 6 days a week, and her days off is on Sunday, and I just do that. This girl's on Sunday, this girl's on Monday, this girl's on Tuesday.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
And if I really, really, really like one, then I'll slow it down. Then I'll just focus on that girl. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't have to be sex either. It could be one girl I just go hiking with. We go hike. We hike together once a week, and we go do fun things together. Another girl could be she owns a motorcycle, and we go motorcycling together. One girl, her language barrier is so bad, but we go to movies once a week, or we just hang out. You know, I cook food for her at the house, and she just watches movies. So it's whatever they want to do too. Some girls like to go to the markets, and some girls like to go to the movies. Some girls like going hiking. Some are more adventurous. So some people like to travel too, travel to the sea.
All right, so we're with Shawn, and he was talking about riding through Isan for a couple of months, and he had the Tinder app and another one, Thai Friendly, and Facebook dating. And what he would do on Tinder, well, first of all, let's just say with Tinder here, it is a legit dating app and not just a hookup app. Are there girls on there who just want to hook up? Sure, of course, just like in America. But there's also regular girls on Tinder who are really looking for a long term. So that's one thing about Thailand that's different from America. So, you know, if you're being honest, right, and that's what we want to do here, be honest with the people. You were a Tinder addict. You would spend hours sitting on your couch, swiping left, swiping right. So that was kind of part of it, right?
Yeah, I would.
It was almost like sport.
I would. At 6 a.m, I'd wake up. The first hour, I would swipe left or right, maybe 500 times, and then I would start my day at 7 o'clock and go do what I have to do. But and then at night, I get back. I would read, you know, the messages and where they're from, and I don't know. I was part of it is, you know, I was 300 pounds when I left the United States. Now I'm 220, 225, and I just get a little more confidence, especially you're in a different country. The girls, I don't think I could ever date another white girl. I honestly, I would never want to date another white girl.
I'm the same.
I'll never, it'll be an Asian girl the rest of my life. Right. When I broke up with a girlfriend here, I said, you know what, I'm not dating anybody for a while. I'm going to go out and have the summer of my life. So I jumped on a motorcycle and I Tindered it for 3 months, where I'd go into a town. I'd already have 3 dates set up, 2 to 3 dates set up. I'd go to town, I'd take them out to a restaurant, go do whatever. And, you know, it could be one night, it could be a Japanese girl. One girl could be a Shawn girl. One could be a Mountain Hill Tribe girl. One girl could be like a 37 kilogram little Filipino girl. It could be, you know, these are teachers, they're lawyers, they own coffee shops, they work in the corporate Thailand world. Some girls are, you know, they sell fruit on the freeway. I get into a girl that's a Mountain Hill type girl, that's petite, that's small, I like girls that are under 45 kilos. Those are, and there's...
So 94 pounds, something like
94,
that?
90, anything under 100 pounds.
96 pounds.
They're only 4'10".
The average height of a Thai lady is 5'2".
So that's 153 centimeters is
right.
5'2".
Right, and that's the average.
So there's girls here that are, you know, 140 centimeters, 145 centimeters. They're very, you know, some of those Mountain Hill Tribe women, they're tiny. They're tiny women, but beautiful women. But then it doesn't really matter about their size. I really like the small, petite girls. Trust me, I get it. It's a little shallow to go city to city in Thailand going on dates with girls. I get that. Trust me, I get it.
You want to have fun.
But hey, that's what I want to do for, you know.